Hello and welcome back. It's Wednesday, which means 3 more videos, or actually I think there might be 4 today if you're lucky. One of them we're going to be going out and about, so I hope you've got your shoes on ready for that one. Now the first one we're going to do today is the Bible story. Now our Bible story today comes from the Lion Storyteller Bible. You can see the picture of the front. If any of you can guess what that story is, comment down below on the video. Maybe your parents can help you to do that. And you can tell me what you think this story is. So the one we will be looking at today is the Marvellous Picnic, or as some of you may know it, Feeding the 5,000. Now if you would like to pause this video and have a little think about what you might know about this story, please do. Try and think of maybe the people in the story or what you think the meaning of the story is, but obviously as I read it and at the end I will then tell you as well. But if you want to pick your brains and see what you know to start with, then please pause this and play it when you're ready. So I'll show you the pictures to start with. We've got the disciples, the group of people that have gathered up here, and the little boy. Now remember, he comes in very handy later on. So if you can remember anything about him, it'd be really important. So let's read it. The Marvellous Picnic, or Feeding the 5,000. It wasn't long before lots of people wanted to hear Jesus talk about God, and many more wanted to make them well. So they followed him everywhere, from town to town, from city to country, and all the way back again. We need a rest, Jesus said to his friends one day. So they took a little boat across Lake Galilee, hoping to camp for a while in the hills beyond. But the people were so eager to see Jesus that they raced around the shoreline to meet him on the other side. Jesus was tired. When he turned and saw the people following up the hill, he stopped. They're like sheep without a shepherd, he said to his friends. They need someone to show them the way. So he sat himself right down, right then and there, and he started to teach. God loves you, Jesus said. He knows what's best for you. The most amazing things can happen when you trust him. Jesus said a lot more than that. He taught all day, in fact, and by then the people were hungry. Philip, Jesus called to one of his friends. Can you go out and buy some food for these people? Philip just laughed. There are more than 5,000 of them. It would take 6 months' pay to feed them all. Then Andrew, Peter's brother, spoke up. There's a boy here, Jesus, who has a little food. 5 loaves of bread and a couple of fish. It's not much, but it's a start. So it is, grinned Jesus, and he rubbed his hands together as if he were about to go to work. Make the people sit down in little groups. Tell them we're going to have a picnic. Jesus' friends looked at Jesus. They looked at the boy's little lunch. They looked at the enormous crowd. Then they looked at each other and shrugged. All right, they agreed. Whatever you say. Jesus smiled as he watched them go. Then he bowed his head, thanked God for the food, and started breaking it into pieces. The friends returned and began to pass out the pieces. And to their amazement, there was plenty for the first group, and the second group, and the third group, and then every group. Plenty for everyone. More than enough to go around. So much, in fact, there were 12 baskets full of leftovers to take home. The people patted their tummies. They struggled to their feet. They wiped the crumbs from their mouths. But all Jesus' friends could do was stare. It's just as I told you, said Jesus. God can do the most amazing things. All we have to do is trust him. Then he smiled at his helpers, popped a chunk of bread into his mouth, and started off from home. So that's our story today. Now the reason that I pointed out the little boy is that actually he didn't come with a lot. He came with 5 loaves and 2 fish, probably enough to feed him and maybe a couple of other people. But he was willing to give all of that to Jesus. Now maybe we feel like we don't have a lot. Maybe we sometimes feel like our skills aren't great. But actually anything that we can have, we can offer to Jesus and he can use and make it extraordinary. And that's what the little boy was willing to do. He was willing to give everything to Jesus because he knew and trusted who Jesus was. Now, although the disciples were a little bit confused, they were thinking, how are we going to get 6 months' worth of wages to feed all these people? They didn't question Jesus. They still knew that what he could do would be amazing. And that's like it for our lives. God can provide what we need. Maybe it's not when we think we need it. Maybe we really want a PlayStation or an Xbox and we don't get it. But that's because God can provide what we really need. He can provide us with things that will make our lives so amazing, because he loves each and every one of us. And Jesus came with his miracles to show just who he was. He was human, he could do human things, but he was also God. He could do things that would blow our minds. He could take the little ordinary things and make them extraordinary. And over the coming days and weeks, we'll be looking at some of Jesus' miracles and finding out what they mean to us and what they meant then. So please tune in for them, and remember there are more videos coming today. So happy Wednesday, enjoy the sun, and I'll see you later. Bye!